Wake up, Rip City, because the Portland Trailblazers have won 3 of their last 4 games. We've talked a lot about on this show about how the schedule has changed a little bit, and we've seen the Blazers win some games now. They are coming off of a tough loss last night to the Detroit Pistons. This is the Wake Up Rip City podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Moore. Joined alongside me, it's Jay Gliss. Today on the show, we'll break down that Pistons game. We'll talk a little bit about this latest stretch for the Blazers where, like I've said, they've won 3 of the last 4, so some positives there. And of course, we'll start every episode with waking up on the right side of the bed, which is our segment to get a little positivity into the world about being Blazers fans, because oftentimes it can be a little bit negative. So Gliss, it's a Christmas edition of our show of Wake Up Rip City. December 23rd we record this. Probably be our last episode before Christmas, so Merry Christmas, Gliss.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. I mean, tough loss last night, but like you said, they're playing better. Shaedon's been balling. It was a little iffy last night, shooting-wise and all that stuff, but I feel good overall about how this team is trending. It feels like things are starting to kind of even out, and if they can get some guys back soon in the next couple weeks, I'm going to feel really good about the direction of this team. So.
Absolutely, yeah, and you know the last 4 games have been, you know, for the most part, I think positive. Mm-hmm. Even the Pistons game, the Blazers, you know, go down 20 in that third quarter, I believe, and it looked like the game was over. They end up forcing Cunningham to foul out Sadie Sissoko with an awesome offensive foul drawn on Cade Cunningham, and the Blazers march all the way back. They take the lead pretty late in the fourth quarter, I think about 4 minutes left on a Toumani Camara 3. They go up by 1. And then I just had that thought in my head. I was like, oh, it's just a little too early. It's like when you come back from a 20-point game, 20-point lead, and then you take the lead with like 4 minutes left. It just feels like you've exerted all this energy on that comeback, and the Blazers do fall at the end of the game. Of course, there was some interesting calls in the game, but I don't know. I don't really want to talk about the reffing. I think the reffing was fine. I think that one probably call at the end was a little bit iffy on the challenge that the Blazers had on the Tobias Harris 3. The Blazers challenge the call, gets accepted. It looks like Donovan Clingan has the rebound, and it should be Blazers ball. They end up doing a jump ball. It doesn't go the Blazers' way. But, Gliss, there's plenty of time to talk about the Pistons game and everything else and these last few wins, but we always start off the show waking up on the right side of the bed. What's your positive take from this latest stretch of Blazers games?
I mean, like I said, I think it's just the fact that they've been so competitive lately, and to string together a couple of wins. I really felt like they were going to win that game last night. I'm not going to lie. Like you were saying, I kind of had the opposite. I was like, when Toumani hit that 3, I was like, okay, like they got the momentum. They've won 3 games in a row. This feels right. And with the fact that Cade Cunningham had fouled out of the game, but they fall short. But like I said, for me, it's just I feel like things are starting to come together a little bit. The way that Shaedon, again, he didn't have his best game last night, but the way he's been playing as of late, hopefully get some guys back, not too far from now. So in general, I just feel good about the way this team is trending. And that's my overall take is
Gotcha.
Tough loss. They get to play again tonight, turn the page, and hopefully they come out and get a win tonight. And it feels like things are starting to move the right direction.
Gliss, you're saying Shaedon didn't have a great game last night. He had 25 and 5 steals.
I know.
Where's the line at?
I mean, the shooting was it was question, like his overall stat line, I would say. Like I feel like there was more room for him to go off, but it wasn't a bad game. I mean, again, he's been playing unbelievable the last week or so. probably the last 2 weeks. But yeah, I feel like he could have. There was room for him to really go off last night, and some of the shots just weren't falling.
I get what you're saying. He only hit 1 3 last night, and so we've kind of seen an explosion from him from three over the last couple weeks, like you were saying, and that.
Yeah, I think he was shooting like 60. I think they were saying on the post game it was like he was shooting like 65%, like the last like 4 games before that or something like that. I was like, damn, I didn't realize it was that. Like,
I just need
impressive.
35.
Yeah, right.
Just give me 35, Shaedon.
Right.
That's all I'm asking for. But yeah, I mean, I completely agree, and I think my positive, my wake up on the right side of the bed actually isn't going to come from the Pistons game. It's come from a replay that I think I've watched over 100 times the last couple of days, and it's Shaedon Sharpe's horizontal dunk in Sacramento over Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
you know, when I first saw the dunk, when I saw it live during the game, I, of course, freaked out. But when you watch a replay like 100 times like I have, you really start to see the intricacies of the beauty of this dunk. It's one of the most beautiful dunks I've ever seen. The baseline.
And he's had some unbelievable dunks. But that one, that the only one I think that like that one's up there, and I think the only one that compares the one last season. I can't remember. I think it was on the road. I want to say maybe it was
against the
Clippers.
Nets, I think.
Nets, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the only one that I was like, you know what? I think that might be his best dunk. Because I was watching it live too. I was actually at work, and I was actually setting up my patient. We have TVs in the room, and he had the Blazer game on, which of course I was very happy about. Yeah, and I was like, I literally said, "Oh shit," and I was like, "Oh, shit. Didn't mean to say that." sorry about that. trying to be professional.
Yeah. And so I've just in watching it, I'm just like so impressed by his athleticism, his body control.
Crazy.
It's incredible for him to jump up that high. It's the highest recorded vertical since the NBA has recorded verticals, about 47 inches. I was talking about this, but I was like, 40 inches is a high vertical. Very high.
I used to have a 42-inch vertical at one point in my life.
You used to be able to dunk, couldn't you?
Yeah, when I was in my junior and senior year of high school, and I'm only 5'7", so that was like my one claim to fame is I was mostly an assist guy, but I could hit an open three and I could jump really high. And then now my knees are both terrible because of it. It was totally worth it.
Did you ever dunk in a game?
One time I dunked in a game. One time I dunked, and it was on an alley-oop, actually.
Oh, my God. Folks, we're amongst a legend here. Jake, 5'7", Jake Gliss dunks in a game. But and for a 42-inch vertical, it's very high.
That's crazy, dude.
He in a game
47
jumped
inches
47 inches.
That's insane.
And I remember the rumors when Shaedon was drafted his rookie year that he had a 50-inch vertical. That was the rumor, and everyone kind of was like, yeah, the kid can jump, but he can't. No one can jump that high.
Right.
And he just did 47 in a game. That dunk was absolutely incredible. My favorite picture, I think, was from Bruce Eli, took it, of him. It's like he's lying down.
Yeah.
When he's in the air.
It's unreal, yeah.
And his head's at the rim. It's just absolutely incredible. I love watching Shaedon dunk. I can't think of very many in-game dunkers in the history of the NBA that are as good as Shaedon. I am very biased on this, and I am probably wrong, and some people who are more experienced NBA watchers will throw out some names, and I'll say, okay, all right, I'll check out the highlights and stuff like that. But I have a hard time believing that Shaedon is not a top 5 in-game dunker in NBA history with some of his dunks. And maybe not at this moment, but he will finish that high after his career is over with how many more years left we have of seeing Shaedon dunk in-game. I've seen a lot of the highlights. Of course, Vince Carter is probably the best in-game dunker of all time, and there's no arguments on that.
That's who I was going to throw out. Vince Carter and Jordan. Jordan had some pretty impressive dunks.
Jordan, of course. Sean Kemp, Dominique Wilkins on that list too. But Shaedon's got to be up there, man. Those guys are all incredible. And Vince is probably the one who I will say definitely has, like, if you watch that highlight reel, like, it's like, oh my God, these are insane.
That Olympic dunk,
but a lot of
jumped over, dude. Like that was amazing. But
a lot of those guys, like the stuff Shaedon's doing, I haven't seen it. It's just I haven't seen it on all the highlights I've watched. But maybe I'm wrong. I've been watching the NBA for 20 years. There's people who've been watching the NBA a lot longer than me. And you guys, please tell me in the comments how wrong I am. But I don't know, man. I'm willing to kind of die on this hill. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think Shaedon's going to be a top 5 in-game dunker in NBA history by the end of it. I'm gonna die on it.
So I would say I probably started watching the NBA like 1990. So about 35 years. I think I was probably in like 2nd or 3rd grade when I really got into the NBA. But yeah, I can't disagree with you. I mean, like the names we threw out, Vince Carter, Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, there's been some unbelievable in-game dunkers, but to me, it's as soon as he caught the ball on that play, you could feel it coming.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Shaedon is like, you can feel the momentum build where it's like, oh shit, he's like, look out. Because if he has a path that's within like 2 steps to the basket, it's how emphatic his dunks are is what kind of gets me. Like I said, you just kind of feel that build up and it's like, oh man, like you better get it. I'm not a huge Westbrook fan, but to his credit, he's like, as soon as he saw him go in the air, he kind of like leaned back, like, like, all right, I'm going to be in the picture. I'm going to be in the picture, but I'm not trying to defend that.
Oh, he's in the poster for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That picture is going to get blown up in a lot of places, a lot of houses. It's going to be up, and you'll be able to see Russ pretty clearly in all those photos. So. I mean, Gliss, it's obvious for me. Like, that's when I wake up on the right side of the bed. They were showing the replay of that dunk during the game last night. Like, how often does a replay carry over into the next game? It was incredible. But let's break down. Let's talk more about this Pistons game. So, like I said, the Blazers pretty much outright. It was like, first of all, this was going to be a tough game to win. Like. Going into the game, we know Jeremy Grant is going to be out with Achilles soreness, which is like, don't mess with that. Don't mess with that right now. Like that's the trend in the NBA when it comes to taking care of injuries. When Grant sits, it's like I have to take a breath. I'm like, all right, I know what we're going to see.
Where's the offense?
What's going to happen? It's hard to play NBA basketball without a guard. It's hard, again, to play without one of your wings who can handle the ball effectively in a half-court set. Okay. Blazers come out. The Pistons, and we talked about this off before we started recording. This is an incredible Pistons team. I mean, I am so impressed by them.
I was so impressed.
Jalen Duren, that guy is a straight-up baller.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing him with his size taking – the ball at the free throw line and just, I mean, his moves are incredible, taking people off the dribble to the rim. He's got soft touch around the rim. It's just, okay, and this is a long way of me saying this is going to be a tough game. The Blazers go down by, I think it was at least 20 points, or at least, it was in that area.
It's like 21, 22 points.
Yeah.
And that was like in the 4th quarter, too.
Yeah, it seems like it's over. All of a sudden, the Blazers start to build a little momentum. Cade Cunningham comes back in the game. The Blazers have cut the lead. Sidi Sissoko on him. Cade pushes off. Sidi falls. Ref calls offensive foul. I didn't even realize he had 5. And he has 6. And I'm like, okay. You start to, it's like, okay, there's some life. There's some life here. Blazers come all the way back, like I said, take a lead on that Tumani three. Gliss, I have to admit, I did not think the way they were going to win, even when they took the lead. Like I said earlier, I did feel like it was too early, but regardless, they had a chance, and I was, I'm not gonna quit. I was like, come on, steal this one, please. And Blazers ultimately come up short. So yeah, let's break down this game a little bit more. What were your main takeaways?
Man, as Bill Schonely used to say, you got to make your free throws. It's man, that's the
That's what
thing
my
that
dad texted me.
yeah, it's killer, man. Like Denny, Klingon, like we talked about him last time. You know, like he's not necessarily the guy you want, in clutch situations. But yeah, that's and it's more so that it seems to have been a trend in close games. I think the Blazers, going back to the last game, I think they played 13 games, which is the number one in the NBA that have been decided by 5 points or less. And I believe they've won 7 of those 13 games. But a lot of those games, like it feels like most of the close games that they've had, free throws have become an issue. And, I saw Tiago Splitter's press conference after, and he was specifically asked about that. And he kind of brushed it off like, I mean, we practice free throws every day. These are NBA players. Like, it's not like all of a sudden, if we shoot more free throws, like that's going to, and I kind of liked that answer because it's like, yeah, these are NBA players. Like you're not just going to sit around and shoot free throws all day. Like they're either going to make them in the game or they're not. But I do feel like it's been kind of a negative trend given that they've played in so many close games. So that was the one thing that kind of like bugged me about the game is like, man, they had it. And I'll kind of disagree with you. Like I actually, when Tumani hit that three, I was kind of feeling it. I was like, oh, they got this. Like I think they got it. Like Cade went out of the game, and I was like, it felt like all the momentum was going their way. They had won 3 games in a row. Like I said, things have been kind of trending in the right direction, and I was kind of feeling like, okay, they're going to pull this one off. And free throws became a factor in the last 5 minutes of the game, and to me, that was like the biggest takeaway I had is not just from this game, but from a lot of the close games that they played throughout the season is free throws have become a little bit of an issue, I think, in these close games.
And Gliss, what I'll say is I think this is more of an overarching problem is shooting yourself in the foot. This team just seems to continue to shoot themselves in the foot. And
we talked about the inbounds and like some of the mental mistakes.
Things are just adding up. Yeah, it's the inbounding, it's the free throws. And I'm not a huge fan of that answer from Tiago Splitter. Like, it's not necessarily about, they need to go practice free throws in the gym. It's the mental, it's the mindset.
Sharpness.
There's no killer mindset, and that to me is a problem. And that's what should be addressed is why are there so many issues with this team when it comes to closing out games, whether it's inbounding the ball, which we saw in the second Kings game again. They had issues inbounding the ball.
Yeah.
And I know there's no guard, whatever. We've touched on that 1,000 times. We don't have to talk about it anymore. But still, an NBA team should be able to inbound the ball. An NBA team should be able to hit free throws when the game matters. Like
and to your point, there was a possession where that problem came up again last night. I think it was Shaedon Sharpe was inbounding the ball, and they almost got a 5-second violation. It was like, get the ball in.
I know.
It's like, so yeah, it's definitely become a problem.
And I just that mindset, something's off to me about it. And it's hard to get upset with Denny. He's attacking the rim. His usage rate is so high. The guy's got to be exhausted at the end of these games with everything he's trying to create. NBA teams now have a ton of scouting reports on him. You can see them clogging the middle when he attacks. And he's constantly looking for the right pass. And, sometimes I wish he would even be a little bit more selfish and shoot more. But the guy's doing it all for this team to, win the game. And, he has a rough night at the free throw line last night. The whole team has a rough night. And it's hard to be upset, but it's like, you got to hit those. You have to. And Denny's shooting 80% at the line this season. that's decent, but it's like for him with the amount he attacks, I mean, if he was hitting 85 to 90%, we're talking about a huge increase in kind of his points per game and the effect he can have on games even more so than he already is. And beyond that, it's the misses that hurt. Like it's these misses that are really meaningful towards the game, and the Blazers are coming up short. I worry about the mindset. It's just like, where is the killer mindset to win these games? Like I just think it seems to be something that the team is struggling with, especially with the inbounds and stuff like that. To me, it's not about practicing them. It's that part that is more important.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And, I kind of brought this up, a week or two ago. It just, I think it was after that, what was it, New Orleans? Was it New Orleans or Memphis?
Pelicans loss?
Yeah. Pelicans loss. It's kind of the same thing. It's just like at times they just seem to be like mentally checked out. And I don't know if that's coaching or if that's just the mindset of the players where it's like, being kind of disinterested. And it didn't, and to be honest, like it didn't feel like that team is really damn good. Like I said, I was super impressed with the Pistons.
Very impressed.
Just watching them, like as good as OKC is, I was like, damn, these guys, like they're pretty damn impressive. So yeah, it's a tough game, but yeah, it does feel like this has been kind of something that has become a narrative that you can, put on the Blazers, is that at times, and we see it with Shaedon at times, like, throughout the season, where it just kind of feels like sometimes you can feel it when he's like in attack mode, and it feels like, okay, like you can't guard that guy. Like when he's going, when he's rolling, when he's playing with confidence. And then at other times it seems like even in the game last night, it felt like he was a little passive at times. When it was kind of, in the last couple minutes of the game, they were down, 5 to 7 points. And it's like, okay, you guys, like they gotta get a shot off. There's 3 minutes left in the game. You're down 7 points. You got to get a shot off. And at times it felt like he was a little passive, where it was like he kept handing the ball off to Denny, and Denny was, heavily guarded. And it's like, no, we have to attack. And again, I don't know if that's coaching, but it does feel like at times this team has become a little mentally checked out, especially in tight situations. And that's discouraging. But again, I'm not going to be too negative about it. That was a really good team. One of the things, I'm a big baseball fan. One of the things I love about baseball is that you get to play every day. You only get like 1 or 2 days off a month. So like when your team loses, it's like, all right, you get to play again tomorrow. So I like the fact that they get to play again tonight, and hopefully they come out and, they can get the bad taste out of their mouth. And like you said, they've won 3 of the last 4. If they can come back out tonight and, get a win, then we'll forget about it. That's a really good team. It's an unfortunate loss. It felt like a game that they really could have had, but I am concerned about some of the mental stuff at times. But again, I'm not going to just I'm going to lean towards the positive part of it, and it's that they have been playing well the last week, and Shaedon's been playing really well. His shooting wasn't spectacular last night, but it does feel like things are trending in the right direction, and I'm just going to kind of lean on that and say, if they can get healthy, it feels like this team is moving in the right direction.
The Blazers take on the Orlando Magic tonight at 7 p.m. If you remember the last time the Blazers played the Magic, which I will try not to, Desmond Bane hits the 3 at the buzzer to win. So hopefully the Blazers are looking for a little bit of revenge tonight to get back at the Magic and get back on the winning ways. The Magic are coming off a loss last night to Golden State, so they will be playing a back-to-back. Of course, they had to travel here last night. Blazers didn't have to travel anywhere except to their beds. So hopefully that gives the Blazers a little bit of an advantage. But like I said, both teams playing on a back-to-back tonight. Gliss, I think as we wrap up things here on the Wake Up Rip City podcast, I think there's one thing, maybe two things both of us want for Christmas. Point guards and wins. I think that's it. That's on my Blazers Christmas wish list. You give me those two things, I'm a very happy man. We're two happy podcasters here at the Wake Up Rip City podcast. So that'll be it for us today. Thank you guys so much for watching and commenting on the videos. We love interacting with people. I think that's what this is all about, is just let's just have conversations. Let's just have fun. Watching basketball is fun. And we're just going to try to be positive about it, win or lose, because, I don't know, we like to have a good time and we like to smile here at the end of the day. And, you know, being here in Portland and watching the Blazers and watching this exciting team is fun. And so that's all I can ask for. So please keep commenting, subscribe. We're loving it. We're having a blast here. We didn't expect the views to be like this at this point. So, you know, we were hoping, get some views or something like that. But, the fact that we're here this early has been awesome. So thank you all for everything. And we really, really appreciate that. Gliss, anything to add before we sign off before Christmas?
Can I get a blowout? Can I just get one? Can we just come out and just just get down to business? Come on now. Let's just get an easy win tonight. That's what I'm hoping for. That's my.
You're getting greedy. Look at you.
I know.
Look at you. What do you do?
We haven't had any blowout. I just want to see them come out and just take care of business. Tough loss last night. Come out and just fucking take care of business tonight.
I'll take a win, but
I'm gonna be greedy.
I've fully accepted that. I think every game is gonna be nervous. Bite your nails down to the end. It just seems like the Blazers have not had a blowout this season, and I'm just I don't know when it's gonna come. I don't know. Maybe we'll never have one. I don't know. No, I'm being negative. It'll happen. Oh man. All right, Gliss. Your Christmas wish is a blowout. My Christmas wish, point guards and wins. I think we both want all of those things. So yeah, that's on our Christmas list here at Wake Up Rip City. Again, thank you guys all for watching, and we'll see you before the end of the new year for sure.